Norris is faster than the Mercedes. What is happening right now? We literally, less than 10 laps to go. Ricciardo has taken Perez. Norris is catching up on Verstappen. What world are we living in? Let's go for the overtake. Oh my days, we're in second place. What is happening? Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to another Formula 1 Manager 2022, ladies and gentlemen. Now, last video, I understand, was like 3 hours long. Okay, it was a first impressions video, so I couldn't really not make it 3 hours long. I had to like go through everything because I had no idea what was going on. Just this dashboard alone was so overwhelming with all the things you can click on and all the bars down here. It was a lot, okay? And people made fun of me, saying, you think you know F1 and you don't know all this stuff. It wasn't that I didn't know the stuff in F1. It was that I didn't know how it worked in the game, if that makes sense. Like I know, so say, oh, you say you know F1 and you don't know how qualifying works. No. I know qualifying. I just didn't know it in F1, okay? I'm sorry. But, guys, I've been playing this game, and I feel like I'm in a position now where I can make a video that kind of makes more sense, right? So, in this game, there's different... If you first start playing, it's like, you know how a lot of games, when you do a career mode, you're given an option to, you know, easy, medium, or hard, right? Is basically how it usually goes. Or there's like 5 tiers. There's like easy, intermediate, you know, a little tough, whatever, hard, and then like hardcore. There's different modes. This game is the same, but it doesn't say that, right? So at the beginning, you get to choose a team. If you want to play the game easy, you choose, obviously, Red Bull is the easiest. Mercedes, Ferrari. If you want to play more medium, it's, you know, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Alpine. If you want to play on hard, you go Williams, Haas, you know what I mean? So we chose a mid-tier team, which was McLaren. And the goal for the game, as you can see right here, with that team chosen for this season, was 5th or above. And I've actually got to 5th. And it took a long time. We're only ahead by 1 point. But it took a long time to get these guys where they need to be. And I honestly credit myself. You know why? Because the car is awful. I still cut, like, look at this, right? So basically what this video is about today, you can see we're on race weekend. So we're just going to do one race together in this video. So it's going to be shorter. It's not going to be 3 hours, but we're going to do one race and we're going to see how we can do. But let me show you guys the car real quick, okay? So let's just say car 2. This is Norris's car. If we compare it to the cars on the grid, you can see it is not that great. The high speed, sure, that's good. But low speed, medium speed, which is super important in this game, we're not very good at. I mean, you can see top speed was 16th, acceleration was 16th. Our car is not that great. And I feel like that's my fault, not understanding the game very much. Because obviously all of this stuff, like building a car, right? Like, let's say I wanted to, like in the beginning, just this confused the hell out of me, and it still does to a point. But like car research is more for next season, design is more for now. But currently, like the rear wing on this car is still the very first one you get. So it's been like if I go to let's go to warehouse, right? So the chassis, we have a Type 2 one. We're not using the first one we ever got. We've upgraded that. The wing, we're actually almost on the 3rd wing, which still, compared to others, isn't. I mean, oh, I was clicking. I was like, wait, are we going down on this new wing? No. Okay, so our new wing, you can see, is going to take our brake cooling down, which is going to suck, but it's okay. But it does have a lot of big benefits on the low speed, the medium speed, and high speed. So our new front wing is going to be good. And that's what... Why does it seem like I'm down here? I don't know. This camera angle's weird. The rear wing, we're still on the first iteration of it. I'm working on a new one now, but we're awful. Our wing is awful. Side pods, we're working on a new one as well, I believe. Underfloor, we're on the 3rd gen, and suspension. But if we go on to current projects, so we're not working... Okay, we are working on a wing. Oh, yeah, front wing in development 3 days. So we're not going to be able to use this new front wing this race. We'll use it next race. And then we're developing a new rear wing, which we're not going to be able to use for like a month. But this race is in America too. We're in Texas, baby. So I've learned a lot. I've started doing things more manually because it makes your performance much better. They said that if you watched the video that was 3 hours long, they said if you can speed things up and do it automatically, or if you do it manually, you could probably get a little bit better results. It's a big difference doing it manually. Because if you do it automatic, you have a chance for it being... Well, I'll show you when we get to that point. So things I have been upgrading that I, just because I had the cash, you can see this is what the facilities... If you play the game, you'll know what this is. But we've upgraded a lot here. We have the factory still being upgraded. The staff facilities. I haven't really done much with scouting because I don't feel like I need more scouts. But the team hub we've upgraded. The race simulator just gives you better morale and stuff. And then the operations, I've done quite a lot of upgrading in here. Which we have the helipad, which is almost... We're going to be at 100%, which is team attractiveness and sponsor target payouts. We get more money and we can get better people. So to talk about our people... Ricardo's in car 1, but if you guys saw the first video, I mean, it's been rough. Ricardo has been struggling. I'm not... Norris has just been good, and I'm not trying to be biased. I love Ricardo. But, I mean, and he has such high stats in, smoothness and accuracy. But he keeps going wide all the time, and I'm not pushing him hard. But he keeps going wide. He keeps spinning off the track. I don't know what his issue is. His growth potential now is low. It's gone from average to low. And it's just, I don't know if it's me not challenging him, but he's just not doing great. And Norris is going crazy. I've been getting development points for him left, right, and center. He's moved up quite a bit. I haven't been doing anything with the reserve drivers, to be honest with you. That's maybe next season. But, so I've been scouting. Right, so I've been scouting. So a lot of people say if you scout, the best thing to do is to scout lower rating people because their chance to grow is faster. It is, but once you get into the 80s, it slows down just to the same as it's going to be for people that are in the 80s, right? Well, let's see here. Any of these guys. So we have, where is ours? Ricardo. It'll be the same as Ricardo and Norris, is what I was trying to say there. But, so we have scouting right now for Bottas and Sainz. I've also scouted all of the top guys just to get an idea of what it would be like, how much it would cost. You can see, if I wanted Verstappen, it would cost me 25 million. And I would have to break his contract, because his contract's 4 years. And his contract is 51 million. So, it's going to be close to 100 million. Right? 80 million... for Verstappen, which is just, I'm not going to be able to get it. Hamilton, basically very similar, but his contract's a lot shorter, so, the buyout's smaller. But that's still, you're looking at 30, 40 million. Leclerc, I would love. His is a little bit better, but you're still looking at 35 million. Sainz, we're scouting right now. But the person who I think we're going to replace... because we're going to replace Ricardo here eventually, but I think we're going to replace him with Russell. Because he's a really good driver. He's on the same, he's a little higher ranked than Norris, but they were kind of even. And I think Russell will be good. The thing with Russell too, look at him. His salary, so Ricardo's salary is 10 million. 10 million. Whereas Russell is only on 2 million. So I could pay him less than Ricardo and get a better driver. And the buyout fee, I'm going to have to buy out because obviously he's got a 3-year contract. But it'll be worth it. So I'm going to get Russell eventually. But you can see there, it says that he's not interested. The reason he's not interested is because our team isn't... it isn't something that people want to go to right now. So we need to get our team up and running. And the way we do that, obviously, is going to be team attractiveness, which is something we're working on. Also winning more races. As soon as we can get Russell, we will, if we can. I don't know how long it's going to take until he thinks we're attractive, but we will. Anyway, so you can see the board is kind of happy with us now. The high confidence, they're happy with us, they're satisfied. We're on target, we are 5th just, but we're doing good. So well, anyway, let's just go ahead and run into a race. I'll show you guys what I've been doing and what I've learned. And I think it's interesting because I did try and watch some videos because I was struggling a lot in qualifying, and I still am. All of the videos on YouTube, and I will probably make one eventually, but I feel like people are rushing the videos out just to get them out quickly so they can get views on them, which is fair enough, you know, go for it. I've done that before in the past myself. But all of the videos on like how to get better qualifying times or how to, you know, win races, all of these videos are people in Red Bull and Ferrari. It's like, dude, you can't make a video on how to come first in qualifying when you literally don't have to do anything. Verstappen comes first every time anyway. You literally could just sit back and do nothing and Verstappen would come first. So it's kind of frustrating. And we're still struggling with qualifying, as you'll see. But anyway, let's continue to race weekend. Okay, so before we go into this, race prep. Go to race prep. So I've already done it, but performance, you always have to do this. So the top one here is stuff that, you know, it is what it is. You know, if you get it, you get paid out, great. But then there's these slots down here that you can guarantee. It costs you, but if you actually get the target, you'll get paid this reward. So for example, I said at least one of our drivers will reach Q2. I'm not saying Q3 because I've been struggling with qualifying, as you'll see. But I say at least one driver, Norris, will reach Q2, hopefully. So if we get that, we'll get 75 grand. If we don't, though, we're going to have to pay some money. Same thing here. I said one driver, at least one driver will finish the race 10th or above, Norris. And for the hot streaks, I'm not good enough yet to promise anything on that. So anyway, we're going to Texas, baby. Circuit of the Americas. The thing I look at on here, obviously, is sections by speed. So there's a lot of fast and a lot of straight. But there's also a lot of slow sections on this, and my car is not good on slow. So that, unfortunately, we'll have to see what happens. And then, obviously, the strategies. Let's see what the strategies are going to be. I try and do a one-stop strategy pretty much all the time. The last race that we actually ended up gaining points on was raining. And my strategies, I thought it said it was going to rain 5 laps in. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start Ricciardo off on wet tires. That way, he doesn't have to change tires. He'll just be able to go. When everyone else comes in, he won't have to pit. That's 28 seconds. It wasn't a good idea because the first 5 that were dry, I didn't realize this, I do now. The tires wore down so fast. So by the time the rain started, my tires were at like 43%. And it's just, Norris still ended up coming in, I think he came in like 5th place or 6th place, I can't remember. But so if we go into historical results here, you can see Ricciardo came 5th and Norris came 8th. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I don't know why I'm so bad on Ricciardo, why I'm such a terrible team principal. You guys will see in a second, and you can give me advice on why I'm so bad. But I've learned a lot, okay? So let's go to race weekend here. Why does that just look like a big slide that I wouldn't go down? Because I'm scared of heights. Alright, let's just skip ahead. So anyway, we're 15 minutes in almost, and I've been yapping on about stuff already. So we're going to try and just go for this. So practice 1. Let's just go to it. So the practice, I do it manually now because it is so important to get the car setup right. And the car setup is the bane to my existence. I hate it so much, but, you know, if I can get in... I never try and get 100%. Last race, I actually got Norris to 100, but it was a fluke. But I try to get them at least into the 90s. And then I'll just keep them out on the track. So during the race practice here, the things you need to work on is obviously you need to get the track. You need to make sure they know this track like the back of their hand. And it's actually pretty difficult to get it to 100% while you're trying to do car setup because you're constantly pulling them off to tweak it. So the faster you can get the car setup done, the better. And it's very difficult. So anyway, this is what I typically do. Some videos I've seen, people say just leave it straight down the middle. And then after the first one, you can start playing with it. But I kind of try and get it at least, you know, that's fine for me. That's fine. That's perfect, okay? I'll just move that one, and we'll see what happens with him. Saber car 2. His is going to be a little bit different. So let's see. So we'll push that over here. Just try and get it so we can get that other one in, though. So maybe just something like that. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we'll do 20 laps, because we want to keep them out there as long as possible so they can get that acclimatization. Acclimatization? Why am I so bad at reading things? Acclimatization. 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 Okay, anyway, let's just go for it. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So, because I didn't understand, like I say, I understand F1, but I don't look at what goes on behind the scenes that much in F1, right? Because we're watching the races. So, I pushed my drivers so hard. So when it comes to pace, if you play this game, you'll know what I mean, and you'll see it here in a minute. You can choose the pace, and I kept both of my drivers pretty much on the fastest pace possible for like the first like 5-10 races, and it burnt out the gearboxes, the engines, and now we're towards the end where we've got like 5 races left, and my engine, I don't have any engines. So I had to, basically they both have brand new cars. So we're going to get a huge penalty warning. You have installed a powertrain, car part on 1 and 2, which exceeds the season limit, which will occur a grid penalty when using session. Are you sure you want to continue? Well, yeah, I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. I need new parts. I've learned a lot, I promise. And we're going to manage it, because if you do the simulation, you don't get good stuff. You just don't. Alright, send out, send out.
Check. Check the drink.
Skip this part. Alright, so as soon as these guys go out...
Good. Drink's good.
Look at you beauties.
Sessions should be starting now.
Alright, so what I typically do here is we'll just go to 16 and just let them go. Just let them go. We'll actually put the tires on conserve so we can use these tires a couple times. But basically what I'm looking for here, and if you played the game you know exactly what I'm talking about, but if you see, let me just close this. See right here, the setup confidence, how there's 1 arrow, or on the top right here it says 1 of 5. We're waiting until it hits 5, or all these arrows hit 5, and then we're going to call them back in. I tried figuring this out, and I tried watching videos on, I was like, how are people like knowing when to pull them in? I didn't see this. So I was trying to pull them in at the same time people on the videos pulled them in. But I couldn't understand why mine was different, but this is the reason. I don't know how I missed that in the tutorial.
Virtual safety car, virtual safety.
No, we don't care. Keep going.
Okay, there are yellows ahead.
Okay, it's fine. Just keep them out. We just want to keep them out. We want this to go up as fast as possible. Look at, I've had Ricardo twice. Again, Ricardo, I don't know what it is with Ricardo, man. But twice he's DNF. He's crashed. Norris, fortunately, hasn't had that happen yet, but Ricardo has done it twice. Hence me trying to get rid of him. You can see also here the track acclimatization is at 4%. Obviously, you want to get that to 100. It's pretty difficult when you're trying to tweak the car, though, unless you can get it tweaked quickly. But this is what I was talking about right here. For the first few races, I had them on attack pretty much all the time because I didn't care about the tires. I managed the tires very well, but it was faster. But I didn't realize if you hit I here, oh no, sorry. When you go onto the wheels, you want to keep these. If you hit I, you'll see. I didn't realize, but I was running them as fast as possible, and it was making the tires as hot as possible. But I was like, I don't care about the tire wear. It wasn't even the tire wear. I didn't realize that the track time, it was slowing me down so much. So I tried to manage that a lot better now and try and keep them in the yellow, basically. Keeping them in the white, you're just going to be going too slow. But I try and keep them like in the yellow. And I know it makes sense. You can't push them because it'll slow you down. I just didn't, it didn't cross my mind. I mean, this game is very detailed. But yeah, you can see all of I had to replace everything. The engine, the ERS, the gearbox, everything. Because they were all destroyed. You get 3 engines, 3 ERS, and 4 gearboxes, and they were all destroyed, guys. Okay, anyway, let's continue. So yeah, we're just going to wait until this gets up to 5 out of 5, which will happen here pretty quickly. Virtual safety car will be endlessly okay. Don't care. Sometimes, by the way, it's very annoying. I've noticed mainly in the wet. Is when I speed up time like this, it constantly pulls me out of it. It usually only pulls you out of it if there's some important information. But it just kept pulling me out, and there was no information anywhere. It was just... It was when the track was wet. I don't know if that's something they haven't added in. Okay, so right now, you can see they're asking me how the tires are, which means they pull you out, and you're ready to go. So you can see we're at 47%, which is awful. So right away, we're just going to call this car in. And then Norris should be happening to him any second now too. Keep an eye on it though, because usually, like that guy, I just got pulled out of the time warp because of that. But sometimes it doesn't. I've noticed a lot more on Norris that it won't pull me out. So he'll just be racing around when I should have been pulling him in. Anyway. So he should be coming in any second now. Okay, and you should be. Come on, Norris. Anyway, reconfigure. So the tires, we should be good. Yeah, we'll be good for another 20 laps. The car setup. So, it's so difficult. I hate this more than anything. But we have good, bad, bad. So we know that the bad, this one most likely has to come all the way over here. This one has to go, or this one has to go over here. And this one has to go over here. It's so difficult. I find this very difficult. Some people find this easy, and I've seen some people hit 100 every single time. But these are people... The guy who keeps getting 100 was a streamer that's the Mercedes Petronas F1 Esports champion for 2 years in a row. So he knows this stuff, okay? I don't. So anyway, I need to get this all the way over here. So you can see now, it's like, okay, well now this one's gone completely out. It's so frustrating for me. So... We need to get... So basically, another thing I should say is these bottom three don't move the straights at all. Right? They don't move the straights at all. This one moves it a lot, and this one I think moves it a little bit. So the way I've been doing it is like, okay, I need this to be over here. So I'm going to put this here, and then I'll tweak the others. Because this one has to be right where it is, okay? Now this one, I just need to get to here. This one, I need to get like in the middle. This one's actually fine where it is. This is fine. So fine, fine. I'm okay with that one. It's the top two now that I got to figure out. So I need to move. I need to keep that though here because of this. All right. So this one needs to come over. This could be fine because good could go to great in this, but now it's the top one only. So now I've got to figure out, okay, I probably move this a little bit to there. Actually, I could move this one. No, I don't want to go too far because of this bad one here. So I'll probably keep it. I'll just get the top one in. So we'll try it. Maybe... I don't want to keep this middle braking stability the same because that's not going to make me learn anything. But I guess I could tweak this. There we go. So if I get him in... So like here, and then I'll tweak these so it's like this. Perfect. Ricardo, please, sir, enjoy this. Make sure it works. Tire issues, because I have too many. So let's go down to 50. Okay, you know what? Let's just switch tires. It's fine. I want him to be out there as long as possible. It's a brand new tire I just put on. Soft tires can only do 17 laps. Okay, it's a different compound. There's so many. The thing also you don't realize is in real life I know this. In the game I don't see it that often. There's like different soft compounds. There's not just one soft compound. There's different soft compounds for each like circuit and weather. So anyway, I guess we'll just go on soft, but we'll just do 15 laps. Wait, now it's saying I can... Oh. Let's just do 17. It's fine. Alright, and we'll reconfigure him, and then Norris should be ready to come in. Okay, he is, see? And it didn't even tell me. So he's at 70%, which is great. So hopefully, I can get him up to the 90s, and then let him run the rest of the practice to get his track acclimatization up. Let's pull him in.
Do you just want to give a very quick...
See, now it's pausing it. He's already... I've already called him in. You're slacking. You're taking too long.
Okay, understood.
Okay, let's just get him in. Reconfigure. So we'll switch you on tires too, and then car setup. So this one is better. Obviously, it's much better. The bad, so this one needs to go over here. Is my focus here. This says good, but obviously it needs to be here because it's not in where the optimal range is. So I need to get the bad over. That's the first thing I need to do. Also, the bottom one, like I say, I need to change it because it's good. So I'm going to have to change is it this one? Just to get him up here. Actually, yeah, I need to get him at least there. The top now we have to pull all the way across, but I need him in here. But I need the braking stability to be the opposite direction. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. So the braking needs to be over here. This needs to be... See, this is so difficult. You need to go all the way over here. But you can see the traction, which was great, now is all the way over here. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. People have literally wrote down and made graphs on how to tweak certain things to move things. That's what I need to look at. Because it is goddamn impossible. So we can't do anything here. We can't do anything. This needs to be over here. But the bad. I need to move the bad all the way over there. Bad needs to move as far as possible. So now the bottom has gone haywire. I need the bottom like here. So let's go maybe... I mean, we'll try this. Alright? We'll try this. The bad's going to get a little bit closer. The good may turn into great. Who knows? The great may turn into bad, or it could go into optimal. But I'm guessing it's probably this direction instead. But we'll find out. That was our first run. 70%. Not bad. So let's just go ahead and change this down to 15. Keep it on 16, send him out, speed it up. So yeah, this is what happens. And the practice is probably my least favorite part of the game because it is boring and I hate doing it. And it takes so long. It takes so long. So I'll skip ahead here until we're bringing them back in again because it's long and boring. So I'll see you in a sec. So another thing I'll do while they're doing this is so you can see here, I'm just out of curiosity want to know how fast these guys can go around the track. So while they're doing this testing, I'll give them an attack lap, alright? I'm not going to give them full fuel or anything like that, but we'll put them on an attack and deploy. So this will set them up to try and do the fastest lap they can. So I'll let this run for a couple laps and we'll just see how we rank amongst the other teams here. So I just basically wait until the ERS is drained and then we'll pull them. I'll slow them down. Just give them a couple laps here and right about now. So I'll pause it, just put it into neutral. Put this back down to conserve. It's mainly for the engine right now. It's not even the tires. So you can see Norris and Ricciardo 1 and 2. Not that the other guys are trying to set fast laps. Obviously, they're just, you know, trying to test out a car. But we can get up there. We can get up there. Anyway, how long's left on this? So he's 3 out of 5 and 4 out of 5. So we'll be pulling him in a second and I'll let you guys know. All right. It's just popped up. How's the car feeling? He's at 68%. Better, but not great. So let's call him in. Okay, reconfigure. So let's see what he's at now. So the bads are gone. We have an optimal, but we need to move the bottom. And how do we move the bottom? This guy right here. So we have to put this like, we'll put it in the middle. Optimal, we need to get this one back across. So the only way to like tweak that a little is this guy right here. So we can keep him on optimal. Good, good, good. This is actually perfect. We can see exactly how this is going to play out. So we'll send him back out with this. Run plan. Let's drop the laps down. We'll just do 8 laps. We don't have a lot of time left. So by the time we reconfigure him and send him out, it's not going to be that much anyway. And we should be getting Norris in here in a second. My goal is to get them at like at least 25%. So the fact that he's at 27, 28, I'm kind of happy with. Okay, pull him in. See, it didn't stop. I don't know why. With Ricciardo, it stops every time saying, hey, do you want to check out this thing? But Norris hasn't been doing it, so I've been pulling him in late. Okay. Hold on. Send you out. Reconfigure you. So how are you doing, sir? 62%. So the bottom is bad. So we need to move the bottom. Wait, why is it... Okay, so the green is the best. So the green is where it was at its best. So I think this we're going to have to move down as close down here as possible. And the best was here. So obviously great and optimal is going to be on this side. Same with this. If good, we're at good right now here, but the best was here. That means optimal is going to be on the right hand side. Same with this. We're here, good's here. That means optimal's probably going to be closer in here somewhere. And then we're great here. But it said the best was here, which doesn't really make sense. That means optimal's probably going to be right to the side. Anyway, bad. We need to pull this over to this side. So let's go ahead, pull this over. I don't know if it's going to be there or there. So we'll go... I can't remember what this green was. Was it bad or was it good? I don't know. But I don't know whether to keep that on which side of this. But if that's bad, I'm assuming this side. So we're going to go... Let's see here. So great was there, which means I realistically need to get the oversteer on the other side of this. So like over here. This braking stability, we need to... It's probably good where it is. This, I think it's better where it is, but we may be able to tweak. So, not much. What about this one? I need to get it. It's not going to do much either. I need you on this side. But I need these guys. This is going to be a difficult one. So I think I need you. Right. So the top one needs to be on this side, like over here. These guys need to... Oh, this is going to be so difficult. Need to come in. I have a feeling this is going to be worse. So I need to figure out how... Okay, maybe here. And then this top one needs to come in. Just a smidge. If I do that, no. Damn it. It's this one here. This is so difficult. So that's where the top one needs to be. This could work. This could work. This one, though, is not great. So this is gonna take a... This is gonna be an issue. We can send him out, but probably like, let's say 6 laps. Just because there's only 10 minutes left, and by the time he reconfigures and then goes out, it's gonna be, you know, not a lot. You can already see 9, 8, not configured yet, so he's probably not going to be able to even do his 6 laps, which is fine. He should be able to do about 4 or 5 laps. Just send him out right away. Okay, how's Ricardo doing? Yeah, so these guys, we're almost finished practice 1. So now, when we start practice 2...
Tyres took a little hit, that lad.
How did your tyres take it? Oh, it's because they're old tyres. I was going to say, I have you on the slowest pace possible here, so don't be giving me none of this stuff. Alright, so now we're just going to finish this practice, and then we'll move on to the second one and just start right away. We're not going to do any adjustments because they haven't got to that point yet. I'm hoping... I'm glad he got...
Daniel, the session has now finished.
Yeah, okay, just pull him in. I'm glad Norris got to 30% of track understanding, and he got to like 26. So I'm okay with that. And you can... Why did I get a grid penalty? Why did both of them get grid penalties? Where the hell did I miss that? Either way, we were pretty quick. Okay, so at 31.26, car parts is at 100%, which is great. Now it's just confidence. So I'm hoping, my goal is always in practice 2 to get them where they need to be and not have to adjust it again. That way, practice 3, they can just run the track and try and get used to it, okay? So anyway, just continue. Car 2's ready, car 2's ready. Let's just go. Manage. So if you hit simulate, you have the it's basically random, but it goes, you could have anywhere between 30 and I think 80 or 90. I think it's between 30 and 90.
Should be starting now.
So I don't want that. If I'm not making a risk that they could have 30. You know, you need to get them. Anyway, send both of these guys out. Speed it up. Yeah, I can't have them. Their setup confidence is a 30. That's just not going to work. So I have to send them out manually. And it works. It works. Okay, let's turn this on to conserve. Because they don't do a lot of laps, do they, these tires? We're not going to go full speed ahead again on this one. We'll just let it run. So Ricardo should be coming in any second now. Norris will take a little bit longer. Okay, setup confidence is at 4 out of 5. Come on, 5 out of 5, baby. 5 out of 5. Norris actually isn't doing too bad. He's at 83. 83 is good. I've let Ricardo, when he hits 85, be like, okay, that's good enough. But since we're so early on in P2, I'll see if I can tweak it here a little bit. But I'm happy with 80. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's reconfigure. 83. Okay, let's just see. So we have we have 2 optimal. We have 1 bad though. If I can get that traction just up, I don't need to worry about this guy anymore. He'll be good. If I can get traction up and maybe get the oversteer up a smidge, so I just need to get those 2 up, which is going to be impossible. Let's be honest here. So the toe out is only going to do braking and cornering, and they're both on optimal, so I can't touch them. Tire camber, I think I can move traction, but you can see how much it's affecting the others. I don't mind that it affects braking and cornering because I can pull those in with the toe out, but it's affecting the oversteer in the complete wrong direction. So we can't do that. Anti-roll. Anti-roll could be a shout. So I could pull anti-roll. We could pull this to here and then tweak these guys. No. Anti-roll needs to come in a bit. Now I should be able to tweak these guys back to optimal. Cornerings, I don't think that's going to be optimal. I think that might hurt optimal. What if we do this and pull him in like this? Okay. So now we've got the great. I'm happy with that. It's fine. But we've got the traction now. Should go at least into good. Cornering is going to stay optimal. Brake stability is going to stay optimal. Oversteer is probably going to stay good, but it may go into great. I don't know. It's a very small margin there, but I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. So let's send him out. I just want to get him into like the 90s or high 80s. I think we can get him into the 90s with that though. That was a very small change we had to do.
How's the balance? How's balance?
Okay. My boy's at 85, which I don't think is good, because I think beforehand he was at 83, right? Let's pull him in anyway. So 85 was the best. So he's gone up a couple points. But we have 3 optimals and a great, which is perfect. All we need to do is move braking stability, which is not going to be easy when we have so many optimals. This is not going to be easy. So for braking, I believe the best way for me to move him over is going to be... Can't move this because it'll completely ruin the straights. This is going to be so difficult because I need to do this without changing the bottom. And the bottom is only changed by the top 2. And the top 2 are real... Maybe the anti-roll. I can try and figure this out. That's not going to work. I mean, this is probably... No, because it's going the opposite direction. Rear wing is going to change the bottom. I cannot do that. Top is going to change the bottom. But... How on earth am I going to get the braking stability over there? This is where those little spreadsheets that people have come in handy, because they say, oh, move this across twice and move this once, and it'll keep it perfectly. This is the most difficult part of this game. 100%. The most difficult. I hope they, in all honesty, I hope they nerf it. Because I think it's too difficult. Maybe it's just me. But this is so hard for me. Getting all this stuff figured out. It is so difficult. Okay, tire camber. If I move, that's in the wrong direction. So that's pointless. This. Man. I just can't. I mean, here's the issue. We can't move the bottom. We can't move the bottom. So if I move this way, and I move this. Yeah, no. But now I've moved everything too much that I need to get it back to where it was. Okay. How on earth am I gonna get braking stability? I just need it out of the bad. If it gets out of the bad, this guy's at like 95%. He just needs to get out of bad. Just to move this into bad, though, I'm gonna have to change everything. And then try and slowly maneuver it back in. Which is so difficult. Which is so difficult, man. Getting the straights on optimal is probably the hardest thing I ever do, because you can only move like 1 or 2. But then the others, you move them and then the straights gets messed up. Alright, let's see if I can do this. If I move this across, it's not affecting the bottom. Let's say I get that there, which is a lot. But then I move. See, then I get these guys back into the optimal range. But then the braking stability is out and about again anyway. This is not going to do anything. This is going to move the bottom way too much. And I can't get it back in. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to center them all. Like a fresh reset. And try and do it this way. Right, so I need this in here. And then this needs to come back. But I can't, because straights need to be where they are. So if I move that there, and then move... Nope. Okay. Yeah. Straights is so difficult that we need to get the straights. The straights needs to stay here. Okay. So now I need to get the other 2 optimals. Oop. These 2 optimals, I need to get back in position. So we can use this to move this all the way across, which is perfect. But now I need to get this optimal over, and this grate back into play. Okay, we've got the 2 optimals back in optimal, right? Everything's good here. But now I need to get the traction back into grade. And that is going to be a little bit more difficult. So now we've got the traction there. Now I need to get these 2 optimals back in again. So that's where this is going to be difficult. So like here is very close. Now the top, okay, move that there, move this back in. Hold on. That's unoptimal. Traction, though, needs to be there. This needs to be here. Is that top optimal? That I'm trying to kind of get back. See, if I get that optimal, this is basically where we just were. So I need to get this here. This is so difficult. feel like I was onto something a little bit better earlier. Maybe this. See, this is better, but I would prefer the traction to move. But I think just this alone, if we have optimal, great, optimal, and just put this into good, which I think we'll do on this, this should put it into 90. That was difficult. That was difficult. Okay. Let's give you an... you should be fine with those, actually. You haven't done that many. Okay. Oh, man. This is my least favorite part. I hate it so much. Every time they say someone spun out, I'm like, Ricardo, my guy. Okay, so what's Ricardo at? Why has he bloody come in? Was his tires donezo? Why did Ricardo just come into the pit? Did he finish his laps? I don't know why he just came in. Why can't I configure? What's going on here? I've never seen this before. Why has he come in? His tires are fine. Oh, is he on send out? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I already configured his. He was on send out and I hit reconfigure. I'm sorry, okay? Alright, we're sending both of them out. It's actually really difficult managing two cars. It just is. Alright. So, I'll come back to you guys when these guys have got a little bit more. I'm hoping both will be done after this. After this setup. And then the last practice, they can just run the track. That's my hope. And I honestly, I think we're there. I think we're there. So I'll come back to you guys as soon as they've got some knowledge. Alright, so both of these guys are almost on 5 out of 5. I'm hoping Norris is like 98, and I'm hoping Ricardo is at least in the 90s. Okay, he's finished. What do we think it's going to be? Please be in the 90s. Please don't go backwards. What was he at, 85? He's at 90. That's it. I'm done. What I'll do now is I'll let him just finish out the rest of this race. And then we'll... Maybe, possibly, if it's an easy tweak, we'll tweak it a little bit for P3. But 90, I am fine with. 100%. Now let's hope... If he's at 90, let's hope Norris is at like 98. He should be almost done as well. Okay, he's done. How's the balance?
How's the balance?
Come on.
It's a cool car to drive.
He says he likes it.
Okay, understood.
91. Not where I wanted Norris to be, because he's usually much higher than that. But I'm happy with it. I'm happy with this. I'm happy. So let's just let them finish off, do their little thing. And then we'll go into... Yeah, we'll just go into P3, rocking and rolling. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I was wondering... So the session just finished. I was like, why did I get a penalty? It's the grid penalty. Obviously, we got a grid penalty for switching out every component on the car. Engine, gearbox, EMS, so... Okay, hold on. I feel a sneeze coming. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to edit that out, but I always can never find it when I'm editing. I can never find the sneeze, so it's always in there, so I'm sorry. Okay, so we're at 61% and 56%. Acclimatization. Which isn't great, which means they're maybe not going to be able to get 100%, but that's fine. But at 90 and 91, I am kind of good with that. But what we'll do now is we'll see if we can do one last tweak.
We'll be kicking off today with
one last tweak, because I'm not going to mess around with this anymore, because I'm happy with the way it is. So, okay, compounds. We've gone through a lot of softs. I forget. Can I see what the report, circuit info, what are people going to be racing on? So not really going to be using softs. Really? I don't think I'll go the soft, medium, hard route. So I don't need softs. So, because we're running low on softs, but actually no, we're not. We're okay. We're okay. All right, so we'll keep you on soft, 15 laps. That's fine. Soft, 15 laps. Okay, so let's see if we can tweak this just a little bit. Okay. So the one that I can tweak a little bit is these. I can't, because those are both optimal. That's if one of those is the thing that's holding you back, it's like a lifesaver. But this is gonna be for traction. So traction, let's see if I can move this way a smidge, which I'm actually okay with, because the top one is great, this one's good, and then I can just use this to hopefully pull them back in. I don't know if this is gonna hurt me. Yeah, that's not really gonna work, is it? So to get good moving, I have to do something like that, which could be perfect, because I can pull the... I can't pull the corner in enough. What if I pull this in a little bit? Now this is making them go the complete opposite direction. I feel like in order... Yeah, that's not gonna work. I feel like in order to get traction moving, it would have to be this. But I can't pull... I mean, that... This is the issue, is the optimal right here. I'm gonna try it. If worst case scenario, we revert back to this current setup. But, you know, there's no harm in trying. Okay, same for this guy. What are you missing out on? This could work. I could tow this a little bit. Like this. Let's just try that. Let's try that. Okay, we ready? We're ready. Worst case, I set them both out at 90%. That's completely fine with that. I'm fine. In the 90s, I'm good. I'm not gonna worry when they're in the 90s. I would love them to be at 100, but
sessions should be starting.
It doesn't matter. The thing you want is to get all the bonuses, and you can get all the bonuses without being at 100%. But I will need to get the track up to 100%, which is more important for me right now than trying to get them up a couple points. So anyway, I'll come back to you guys as soon as they've done practicing this setup, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so they're both heading to garage.
So I need to look after these tyres.
We're at 91 on Ricardo, which I think went up by 1%, and 93 on Norris, which I think went up a couple percent. So I think we'll have a look again and see if we had to pull them in anyway because the tires were worn out. So I'll probably, I think, locked for the race. I think we'll put them on a set of mediums. So it's the top one. I can't change the top. No, because that's the... I'm changing the wrong one there. I need the top to move, but I don't need traction to move. This could work. And then if I move these two back... If I move this here... Great. These three could go to optimal, and this could go... This could be a good one. Again, worst case, we revert it. So this could be a good run. And I had to pull them in for tires anyway, so it's not like I'm wasting their time. Okay, for you, we'll put you on some mediums. Okay, you're good and great, so I could do this with the toe. My problem is I think it needs to go this direction. And I need to figure out to change without changing the top. Because the top's on optimal. And that's... that could still... Let's see. That's not going to work. Let's get the top. How do I get the top back? What did I do? What did I do? Let's get the top back. That's close enough. I've messed up here. This could work or it could be a disaster. But again, we can always revert if we need to. So let's go ahead. Run plan. 26 laps. I probably should have moved Ricardo up too, but it's fine.
Get up.
What do you mean, Norris?
I'll let you down. My bad.
This is so delayed.
Okay,
how did
understood.
Norris spin out when he's in the pits?
And Lando, how's the balance? How's the balance? I'm happy.
You don't know. It's
Okay, understood.
so delayed. Let's reconfigure and just get them out on track. I want to get them to 100% of just racing. Get them like acclimated with the track. We're just gonna let them stay out now. I'm not gonna pull them in. We're gonna let them stay out for as long as possible. Alright, let's go. We will have them try and do the fastest lap. So I'll let them go around here a few times. And then I'll speed them up, see how fast they can go. Just out of curiosity. Alright. Let's go attack, deploy, attack, deploy. And let's just see. See how they do. Norris, Ricardo's first. Okay. So they can be quick. Alright, neutral, standard, neutral and standard. Yeah. Okay. Ricardo is actually rapid. He's faster than by Norris. By 0.4, 0.5 almost seconds. Which is interesting. I don't think we're going to be able to see what this setup confidence is, which is scaring me, because if it goes down, then that's a disaster. And we only have 18 minutes left. I don't know whether to revert it, like pull them in and revert it, or we just go for it and hope that it doesn't drop their setup confidence. I don't know if I can revert it after the thing's over. Maybe I can. Anyway, let's hope they get to 5 before this finishes. Alright, we're almost there. We've got 8 minutes left. We want 4 out of 5, 7 minutes left, 4 out of 5, 6 minutes left, 4 out of 5. Okay, 5 out of 5.
I just want to give a very big
Just pause it.
feedback and then we'll jump out.
He's at 90. He's at 90. And he's at 93. I don't know if I can revert. I can't remember after the race. So we're just going to pull him in now. He's at 93%. That's the highest he's going to get. We're going to call him in and revert it. Because I can't remember if I can do it after the race. I think I can, but I don't want to risk it. Okay, he's at 97. Good on you, freaking A, Ricardo. Sweet. That's what you want to see. Okay, reconfigure, setup confidence. The highest was 93, so let's revert to the best. So now we're back to 93. And we're just going to keep him at 93. That's it. Run plan. We're not even going to send him out, but I want to just confirm that. Because he's got seconds left, so... Good on you, Ricardo! 97! I'm fine with 97 and 93. I'm not going to send them back out. I mean, it's 4 minutes. That's a couple laps. He's reconfiguring, but I can just, on you, I can just, you know, say do 3 laps. And at least get you out for a couple. We're not going to be sending out Norris, though. Because it's done! Alright. That's it.
So Daniel, the session.
Alright guys, so that's the practice, which is my least favorite part, which I feel like takes the most time, and it's just it's a pain. It's a pain. I hope they nerf it, but I don't think they will. Some people are really good at it. I think I'm just really bad at it. Maybe more practice. I haven't finished the season yet, so maybe after like a season I'll be better at it, but yeah, that's it. Okay, let's see our results. Ricardo had the fastest lap there. Norris, 5th. Okay, I don't... Our grid penalty, I'm not even... Okay, so he's 15 out of 15. That's because he has a very high setup confidence. And he's 14 out of 15. That's because his setup confidence, that's not bad, but he would need to have his track. This would have need... I think if he hits 95, that would have been 15 out of 15. But it's fine. You can see the bonus distribution right here. So it actually is a big deal. So it's not like you have to try your hardest to get this. So the reactions is a little lower here, which I think him being 83 is still higher. No, 85. Okay. All right, let's continue. So now this is my least favorite part. So it doesn't look like there's any rain coming. A penalty was issued to you and will be applied to the race. No, I know this. 19! Is that 19 places? So there's no point in qualifying, right? There's no point in qualifying. But a lot of people got penalties. I think a lot of people moved their got new engines, because I mean a lot of teams had penalties. So let's just go into qualify. I could just simulate this entire thing if we're going to get that bad of a penalty. But let's just, out of curiosity, see how we're going to perform right now.
And Lando,
so I pause instantly. Okay, so you've got to look at the traffic.
Track should be green.
So you got to send them out right away to get your lap here. And then you send them out like around here so they lap here. So typically what I've done is I've let the first one be automatic, let the game do it, and then the second one I do manually just to see. So let's go ahead, send both of them out. Alright, they are both out on the track. So what they're going to do here, let's just go full speed. They're going to do one lap around where you can see they'll be warming up the tires. So they'll do one lap around. As soon as they get to the front here is when their flying lap starts. So right now, this is full speed ahead. Alright, heading to garage. So Norris, it doesn't look bad, but the other guys haven't even gone through yet, so that's probably pretty bad. So they're heading back in. So now they're in, we pause it, reconfigure. We'll keep them on soft. Reconfigure. Okay. So let's let that reconfigure. Okay, pause it again. So now we need to send them out like right here. So if it takes this much time for them to do the first run and then the flying lap. So we want the flying lap to be here, which means we probably want to send them out like around this mark right here. So they'll get right in the dip. But you can see, it looks good now, but we haven't, even Verstappen and Perez, it's not going to be great. So anyway, let's continue, speed it up
spin out there
until we get to, I'd say around this mark right here. This is the mark we're looking for. So let's slow it down here a little bit. So when did I say? I said the next mark. As soon as it gets to the next mark, you're going out. Come on.
I think we've had a car
And this one I'll do manually. I'm just waiting for it to get to that next mark. So it's basically after there's 2 Ferraris out there right now. So we're gonna push now. Okay. So this one I'll try and do manually and see if it helps. It looks like we're doing okay. We might be doing okay, to be fair. But we'll see. One of the promises, the guarantees I made, was that we'd get at least one car into Q2. Which I think we'll do. But, okay. I mean, if there's multiple cars with grid penalties, then this is worth doing, right? So anyway, this is their warm-up lap. And as soon as they get down to like this corner here, I'll pause it and I'll take manual control and see if it makes any difference. Usually it does. Alright, so they're coming in here. So let's pause. Let's take control. And we're going to be full speed ahead, full speed. It looks like it's actually already set up. I think I have them set up for this, but okay. So they're ready. And go for it, boys. Let's speed it up. And there's no one in front of them. See, no traffic. Boom. Okay. So that wasn't great. They're coming in now anyway. So, see, yes, I don't... It is what it is. I think that lap was slower than the first lap. That's why it didn't change. I don't know. Anyway, let's see these guys finish, how they finish their second lap.
Well done, mate. Great day.
Yeah, well, let's see how everyone else finishes, shall we? Okay, we're good. We made it. I'm actually really impressed with that. 8th and 11th. We do have grid penalties, but so does Bartas, so does Pierre Gasly. See, there's a lot of people that have changed engines and stuff in this race. So, we'll see. I'm still thinking, because we changed the engine, the gearbox, and the EMS, that we're going to be probably at the bottom. But, you know, what can you do? Alright. Let's manage it again. We'll do the same thing. We'll let the computer take control of the first lap, and we'll do the second lap.
Radio check.
Pause right away. So, yeah, we need to send them out immediately.
Good.
Sessions should be starting now.
To get the clearest track for our lap. So, again, we'll let the computer do it. Hopefully having them so close to each other is not going to affect Ricardo. Looks like Norris is a little bit quicker anyway. So how are we looking? We beat Vettel, we beat... Oh no, Gasly. Okay. I mean, that's actually pretty decent, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let's reconfigure. We'll keep them on the same. Confirm, reconfigure. Confirm. Now, let's just get them reconfigured. Pause it. So we need to get them out here. Like right here. Which means I should probably send them out once it hits here, like a little bit afterwards, I think. So like in between right here. So let's go 4 speed. So once it hits the next one, then just a little... I think right here should be fine.
There's been a crash.
There's been a crash! These guys aren't looking too bad, though, to be completely honest with you. Okay, so we'll take manual control. Actually, we'll wait. We'll wait until they get down to that corner again. Okay, manual. Manual. I don't know why. Okay, you can see. So Ricardo, I think it's because he's a little bit behind. This hasn't pushed yet. I don't know if making manual makes any difference because they were both set up to do that anyway, but we'll see if us just looking at it makes a difference. Alright, here we go. Norris, there's a big gap. Look at that. There's no one on their sprint lap here. I can't remember if that's better or worse. All I can hope for is that we don't get knocked out. But, I mean, you have Alpine right here, which they're pretty quick. I think their cars are a lot faster than McLaren. So I have a guess that the Alpine's going to get out of there. And Hamilton, Leclerc, you know both of these guys are going to take. So there's a good chance we're going to get knocked down Q2. I always do. I always get knocked down Q2. So I just suck. I'm terrible at qualifying. I don't know what it is. I think our cars are just too slow. Like, obviously, when you're racing, it's different. because it's more of the strategy that you put in place to win versus the speed of your car. But in qualifying, it's all about the speed of your car. And our car, you saw, ranked amongst the rest, we're like 17th. So the fact that we even got into Q2 is, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's speed it up. We made it to Q3! Jesus, I should have bet on us. The engine and the gearbox, the new stuff, has made a big difference. It's made a big difference. We're in Q3 though. We're not gonna make. We're gonna be last in Q3, but I don't care. We have the grid penalty, so the highest we can get is. I'll take it. Keep in mind, we're quite towards the end of the season. There's maybe 5 races left, so having these guys like get into this position has taken so much work because we never even used to get through Q1. So we've come a long way. If you play this game and you play as a mid-tier or lower-tier team, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you play in, you know, Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, like, you play in easy mode. You play in easy mode, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Q3, pause immediately. So we need to send them out immediately. And then again, right after. So they're going to go out here, right? I need to get them out on the... We need to send them out immediately. Or is this one of those where I'm supposed to hold them back and only run once? I don't know. But we're in Q3. We're fighting for a place in top 10, but we got a grid penalty. So I don't know what that's going to be. So let's go ahead and let the computer lead the way here.
Radio tech.
Yeah, okay, go. So it seems like we're definitely the first to go out. We'll let automatic mode take control here. Alright, Ricardo's going to be running first.
Is that a lockup?
Norris ran freaking wide. Luckily, it wasn't on his flying lap. He's locked up again. Jesus Christ. Norris still beat Ricardo and he locked up twice. Okay. Alright, they're headed to the garage and then we'll take control and do the second one. I think doing this manually isn't... Maybe me doing it, taking manual control doesn't help that much, but it's choosing when to send them out, I think. It helps. I don't know the difference between letting the simulator take control, but I feel like doing it manually. The game's made it very clear doing things manually helps out a lot. Okay, so we're just going to send you out. We're using our soft tires here, so we're probably not going to be using them in the race. But we'll see what the speed's going to be. We need to send you guys out right now. Alright, again, we'll do manual mode for this one. I'll see if it makes any... You can see we're both last. We're both last. Like I say, we are not... We are very slow. We are very slow compared to these top guys. I mean, let's just take a look who we're competing against here. You got Red Bull, Mercedes... I'm not sure where Sainz is, but Haas as well. What the Haas? I'm losing to Haas. Good job, Magnussen. Yeah, we're slow though. I'm pretty sure Haas technically is faster than us. We're 17. I'm pretty sure Haas is like 15. We stole their technical guy though. He cost us a lot of money. That's one thing I have done that I didn't tell you guys is I did buy somebody. It was the Haas guy. He was one of the highest rated, like 3rd highest rated in the whole thing. Alright, so Norris did a little bit better. Ricardo didn't. Ricardo's out. Ricardo is... Well, he's not out. He's in 10th. Before the grid penalty. But I'm guessing Norris is going to be number 7. Or number 9. As soon as these guys finish their lap here. Let's see.
So, Daniel, the session has now finished.
No, we beat Haas. Norris beat Haas. Okay, so this, by the way, is the best I've ever qualified out of all of the races that I've done up until this moment. But I think it's because we have the new engines and new gearbox and everything like that. It does give you a better performance, obviously. But we've got grid penalties. And there's a lot of people on here that have grid penalties. So I honestly have no idea where we're going to start. So this is going to be interesting. We're not going to be in top 10, that is for sure. So let's just go ahead and see how this race is going to pan out.
Race day has arrived and the time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel.
McLaren did a decent job during qualifying.
We did. Okay, we'll skip that. Okay. So reports. Okay, we'll set up the race. So previously, Ricciardo was 5th and Norris was 8th. Ricciardo did really well in practice and in the qualifying there, so I'm happy with him. He's doing pretty well. So supposedly it's clear skies. Believe that when I see it. Okay, let's just continue. Okay. This, considering it was my best qualifying yet, was starting in 19th and 20th. The last 2 places on the grid. Listen, it's only one race. It was worth it for us to get all the new engines and stuff. But if we can get a top 10 finish, which I'm pretty sure I did a guarantee on, that one of my drivers would finish top 10. That's what's important here. So, yikes. Okay. Norris. So first thing I look at is which one of these over here in the strategy is the fastest, right? Well, so we have 131.50, 133, 131.50. So these 2 are the fastest. So not using soft, which is good because I don't have softs to use. But these tires, they don't last very long in this Texas heat. So I'm thinking, see, you have to change. What is that? Like lap, like 18 or something? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So let's say for Norris, let's see what we can do here. So it's lap, what, 19, 18 they want us to change. So I'm planning on going pretty quick. So let's say I have this on full, which I'm not going to be doing. But for a lot of the race I will. So you can see that's added, you know, half a second. So if I move this back, it should go, nope. No. What if I move this back? Okay, so that made a slight difference. The hard tires, man, in this heat, they don't last long, do they? So 131, 131, what did I say? If it's 131.18, what happens if we do hard? It says 131.18. I mean, the hard and hard's not even that much difference. This is a hot track. There's no rain coming. Don't need to worry about wets. Huh. What if we did a slower pace? So 131.19. Yeah, it's definitely, this is going to have to be a 2-stop strategy. I don't know to have both drivers on the same strategy. Probably not. We'll try Ricciardo on a different one. But I think we'll just stick with this for Norris. And we'll pull this back to get the 131. What was it? It's not much. Okay. So let's stick with this strategy. I think if I pull this back, maybe it'll go better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, 131.18. So 131.18. Try you on this strategy. 131.50. I mean, we're not going to push you, but we're just trying to figure this out. 131. I pull this back? No. Pull this. We're going to have to be super conservative on our tires this race. Because the hards are going to have to last us a lot longer. So we're going to have to conserve. maybe in the middle. So we can push this out a little bit. It's probably around here. So what's the point of not just doing medium, medium, medium? Hard's the way to go. Okay. So current tires are only on 62% though, which I assume is this one. Which is what's causing the issue here. Alright, I mean, I guess this is our strategy. This is our strat. And we have two different strats for two different drivers. 56 laps, so they're a little bit longer laps. But it's going to be hot, which is the tires are going to get melted. Okay, let's try it. This is the best,
sunny and bright.
Excuse me, the best qualifying I've ever had. And the worst position I've ever had.
Get ready. It's the United States Grand Prix.
Alright, let's just go for it. So, I'll pause it right away.
And away we go.
I'm pausing it right away because I want to see if we can gain a few. We need to gain a few places in this first lap here. So, alright, let's go. Alright, Norris has took Stroll.
McLaren gain a position.
A little late to the party there. Come on, you can take you can take Williams. I mean, I'm guessing we may still get a top 10 position for one of these drivers. Yeah, baby. Okay, Latifi, you're out of here.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
I thought Ricciardo spun out. I was gonna be like, dude, you've got to be kidding me. All right, we overtook Latifi. Ocon's gonna be difficult because Ocon is actually really fast, so he's probably gonna be up there with me this whole race, passing everyone. Sonoda's not bad. Albon we should be able to take. Schumacher, Vettel I'm guessing is gonna drop. I can't imagine Aston Martin's gonna be up there. The only reason these guys are up there is because there's so many grid penalties. Let's be honest here. Okay, so I'm going to put this into neutral. And we're going to use it as soon as DRS is available for us. We took Ocon. Okay. Slacking there, buddy. We'll probably have a battle back and forth. But we've gained a few positions here. We've gained 3 positions in the first 2 laps. I have no idea how this race is going to go. I'm not used to these super hot temperatures,
DRS
the tires. DRS is enabled now. So let's see. DRS zone, I'm guessing is going to be this straight and this straight. I can't remember, but this is 100% one. I'm guessing, yeah, there's 2 DRS. There's no way this is one. Let's just watch Norris here for a little bit. I will start skipping ahead as soon as we get more, you know, like a quarter of the way in. But these first few laps, that's the thing with this game, right? You can let things like simulate, like in the practice, in the qualifying, even in this, you can just skip ahead and let it just run through. But the best way to win in this game is to do this and watch all the way through, which will take, I mean, Formula 1 races take a few hours, right? So it will take you like an hour or more to watch the entire race. But that's, if you want to have the best results, you have to do it manually, speed them up, slow them down, bring the pace up, do the ERS, all of this stuff. So I try to do it as much as I can, but it's too long. I mean, you can see this video is a pretty long video considering we're just doing one race weekend. So Ocon is right behind us, but we're right. Okay, DRS is enabled. Where are we? On that long straight. Okay. So we'll go into overtake as soon as we get into this last corner here. As soon as we get into this corner, we'll throw him into overtake. throw you into overtake, overtake, and let's see how we do. Here we go. Alright, William Ricardo took Stroll. Okay, let's go into neutral. Don't want to waste it, because we're going to wait for the next one right here. Where are my guys? I can't even see them. They're over here, right? Yeah. So, alright, so right into this corner. Go back into overtake. And let's watch what happens live. So, Schumacher is the person we're basically about to overtake. And Ricardo's right behind us. So he's set to overtake too, so he may overtake us. Again, I don't favor Norris, but Ricardo's just not been that great. But if he manages to pass Norris, I'll be fine with it. Alright, let's see what happens here. We should take him there, and then hopefully we get Tsunoda too.
Gain a position.
Can we get both of these? Oh no, but we are getting Alpha. Okay. Alright. Oh, he's right there. I see his little fin. Let's go back into neutral. Throw you back into neutral. I mean, you... Okay, we'll see. Let's just try and get... When's my pit stop scheduled for? 10 laps and yours is 9 laps? Let's try and get in top 10 with Norris. Then, I mean, come on. Driver of the game, though. Driver of the match. Driver of the race. I mean, if we can go from last place to top 10... I'll be happy with it. It's been done before. But I can see freaking right here. You see that? Alright, so we're going to wait again until we get into the final corner. So right about now, I'm just going to pause it just so I make sure we get the best we can. Let's see if we can take Tsunoda here. He's the only person left in front of us, realistically. Vettel's a couple seconds ahead. So let's do this, take this corner. Okay, now I'll put us back into neutral. Where are you at? Okay, you're out too. We can pull them back, both back out. The thing, I need to figure out the hotkeys. Because doing this clicking, it's too much. I need to figure out the hotkeys. Alright, we are... Let's go back to Norris. Ricardo should be able to take Tsunoda. Norris is catching. We're catching Vettel. We gotta be wary of our tires. I mean, they're fine right now. I don't mind. They're not that hot. But we do want to take Vettel. Oh, I'm not even putting overtake on. We've passed him. Alright, Gasly, we're coming for you. 2.5 seconds behind. We're coming for you. We need to get a second behind so that we can start using DRS. Ricardo, let's actually... We're probably gonna... Someone's gonna pass us with DRS, obviously Vettel, maybe. And actually, I don't think so. I don't think they're fast enough. I think our top speed is much faster. I don't think I need to defend. But Ricardo needs to take Tsunoda. So we'll focus on them. Right now. We're gonna keep Norris just in neutral. And we'll hop over to Ricardo here. Alright, Ricardo, overtake. What an awful corner that was, Ricardo. You see, like they were next to each other and then he just boom! And then we can't use DRS. And that was the hottest steaming pile of trash I've ever seen, Ricardo. Like this is, look at you, you're a second behind now. Neutral. You wonder why I'm trying to get Russell, man. I don't know what Ricardo's deal is in this game, but just mistakes. Like, you were literally about to pass him. Alright, let's go back to Norris until we see Ricardo's actually caught up. Hopefully we can have him catch up for the straight over here. Let's speed this up a little bit. Vettel's not going to take me and Ricardo, I don't think. We'll see what Ricardo does with DRS on this straight. We won't give him overtake yet. We'll see if he can catch up on DRS. So this is Ricardo's POV. Why is he not DRS? Okay, now DRS kicks in. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't use overtake on that. We will use it, however, on the final corner. Pushing into the straight. Norris is still not close enough for DRS, so we're not going to worry about that. But Ricciardo right here, we will throw into overtake. Let's watch what he can do. Awful. Absolutely bloody awful. Like, we're just wasting. Like, what was that? Why'd you go on the inside, man? Let's just watch here for a little bit. Norris still has a little bit of catching up to do. Vettel's dropped really far behind Norris. Ricciardo looks like he's trying to go in for an overtake here. Let's see if his DRS can do it. I mean, they're both. Vettel is just not going too quick. We'll use DRS in the final corner. He could take one of these before, though. We could take 2 cars on this last straight here. Because these 2 guys are going pretty slow. Alright, overtake. It's just coming out of the corners. He's too slow. Come on, at least take 1. He's too slow accelerating out of the corners. It's way too slow. How's his tires? Tire temperature is high. That's probably why. How are you doing on tire temp? See, you're fine. You just drive better, I guess.
McLaren gain a position.
Norris takes Gasly. Nice, we're in 10th. We're in the points, baby. He's actually not too far behind Alonso, too. But Magnussen, I feel like, is going to slowly start coming down. He just has to. I don't know how he got there. Sainz is going to take him. Alonso's going to take him. Then I'm going to take him. That's the plan, anyway. But we need to get Ricciardo up. I mean, he could take both Tsunoda and Vettel. He can be up here. He can do it. I believe. I believe in you, Ricciardo. Norris is quite far behind. Let's ease him up a little bit. Because Gasly's right on his ass. But I just want to cool his tires down. Overtake. Come on. Come on, Vettel. See you later, buddy. Oh, yeah. We're going to take Tsunoda. We'll take Tsunoda. Maybe even on this next straight here. Gasly just took Norris. So I need to put Norris back into attack. Is Norris on this corner? Where the hell's Norris? Oh, he's right in here. So we'll push him into overtake too. And we'll push him into overtake. And let's see what goes on. Let's see what Norris can do. Done. No questions asked. Ricciardo. He's got it. Has he got him?
Great overtake.
Not quite. He did get him eventually, but at what cost? We have like no power left. We're gonna have to start going into harvesting here soon. On both of you guys. Is he gonna take you back? Surely not, right? No, good. Good job, Ricciardo. Alright, Norris, you can take Gasly.
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
Gasly's good though, man. Like, I need to start recharging here soon. But Gasly's good. Come on! It's so close. With overtake, he would have been able to do that, but I don't want to waste it right now. We're only 10 laps in. Oh, man. I mean, we're probably just going to keep passing each other in the DRS zone. If we do it now. Let's see. If he can do it now without overtake, let's see. Yeah, easy. This is what's going to keep happening, so I'm not worried about this back and forth. I'm hoping... We need Ricciardo, though, to take... Is he coming for it? No. Ricciardo, how did you... Ricciardo, again, struggling a little bit with AlphaTauri. Pit stop in a couple laps. Yeah, it's not... We're not far off. Let's actually look at our strategy here. We could both go harder on these tires, that's for sure. The tyres is not an issue, but we're doing a 3. I think everyone's doing a 3-stop strategy. The track is too hot. So Max is he's on mediums. Gasly's on softs, but he has to pit like probably next lap or so. He's probably gonna pit. Being on softs is a big risk. These guys all went out on softs. I mean, we could go softs for the last lap or for the last stint. We'll see how the race goes. See how these hard tires last. Okay, let's continue. Gasly didn't pass me there, but it's the straight where I think. Let's put Norris back into not Norris, Ricciardo back into attack. The straight is where I think Norris here in a second is going to get taken. It's going to be that back and forth. Gasly Norris, Gasly Norris, Gasly Norris. But I want to see Ricciardo take. Okay, so he pitted. Alright, let's go for it. Just gotta keep an eye on the times. Do I pit sooner or later? We'll see if Perez's distance gets closer and closer and closer. You know what? Let's harvest real quick. We are going to be pitting here in a second. I don't want the distance to get too close. Okay, they're getting close now. We don't need to pit yet, though. We can't because our tires won't last that long with our strategy. So let's just go. Let's harvest. We'll keep to our strategy. We'll put you back in neutral. No, it's fully charged. One step ahead of you. Let's just keep running for it a little bit, right? Norris now in 4th because of the pits. We've got a little bit left on this tire. We're gonna pit when we scheduled ourselves to pit. That's when we're gonna pit. Let's put you back into neutral. Because Ricciardo's struggling on these tires, man. I mean, these people have all pitted. So when he comes out, he's gonna be like in 17th. Ricciardo's having a rough time, man. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and pit. Go in medium. You're doing a medium stint.
So we're boxed this lap. Okay, box confirmed.
Norris. Alonso still hasn't pitted. Look at his tire wear compared to mine, though. I've been pushing hard. Look, 0 pits. Yeah, we're definitely not going to come back in there, let's be honest, but let's see. You need to pit. You're going to hards. Ricciardo's 17th now, yeah. Alright.
Front tyres struggling a lot.
Yeah, you're coming into the pits.
Still okay with the struggling.
I think it's the fast forward that really confuses the hell out of this game, you know what I mean? Norris comes out in 12th. See, this is pretty bad. But, I mean, we'll be able to take... We'll take some positions back. Gasly was the guy that I was fighting with, and now we're like 3 positions behind him. So this is rough. Let's go back into a more... Ignore, I just pitted. I'm not gonna pit again. Alright. So Norris, where are we on the track? Okay. Ricciardo is so far behind. 10 seconds behind me.
Sonoda also pitted.
This is so delayed. They haven't pitted.
Overtake.
Yeah, confirm.
Awful. And go. Can you take 2 of them, maybe? Definitely take 1, but can we take 2? Yeah, yes we can! There's my boy Norris. Come on, now we're back on the attack of Gasly. Ricardo, on the other hand.
McLaren have got
Like,
some momentum going.
You can't make this up. Let's see my tyre temps. We're fine. What about you? I'm sure your tyre temps are so warm. No, you're okay. I don't know what it is with Ricardo, man. They've done him dirty in this game. Because he's not this bad. Wait, am I right on... Hold on. Hold on. We're in striking distance here. Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! And we got him. Alright, neutral, please. See, this is why if you do it manually, you'll do better. If I just let this thing run, it would not be that great.
Great overtake.
How are your tires doing though, buddy? They're still good. You're laughing. Laughing, laughing, laughing. How's Gasly's tires doing? Not as good as yours. So now, on next is Alonso. I mean, Gasly's going to come back on us, let's be honest. But our tires hopefully will last. I mean, the medium and hard tires on this track aren't that crazy different. Let's be honest. They're just really not. This camera angle I've got today, by the way, is awful. I don't know why I zoomed in so much. Should have been like this. Did Gasly take us? No, he didn't. Interesting. Ricardo, you're gonna have to speed up there, buddy. Like, I need you. Alonso, I'm almost in striking distance, and you bet your butt cheeks we're gonna go for it right now. Ooh, let's go back into neutral. I think we got him on this next one. I think we got him on the straight. Alright, let's go into overtake. Are we going to overtake him already? Oh, that was dirty. He made it so we couldn't use DRS. We couldn't use DRS on him. Because we were both side by side coming around the corner. Dirty little. We're going to get you anyway. Look at that. Boom. Good job, Norris. That's what it's all about. Norris is just better. Look at Ricardo. He's still just chilling back there like there's no tomorrow.
Gain a position.
How's your tires? You're getting a little warm. Let's slow you down a bit. And look at us. Our tires are white and we're on freaking full speed ahead. We're Gucci. Alright, the top 7 here are so far ahead that it's going to take a miracle. They're gonna have to have a crash. Alonso's probably gonna pass us. Oh no, he's not even in striking distance. Multiple cars crashed. Do we have a safety car? No.
Sounds like a few cars have crashed.
Gasly, thank God he's got a grid penalty here. Oh, he's got a penalty. That means we should be safe even if he starts fighting with us. Wait, how is this so spread out? Magnussen is 6 seconds behind me? There's no one behind us. Do we have a little harvest here for a second?
And recharge on, recharge on.
We can afford a little bit of a harvest. Ricardo is in striking distance. Oh, he struck! Ricardo is coming up on a line. You know what? I was talking shit. I said we need a miracle, and guess what happened? A bloody miracle. What's happened to Gasly? He's got to be hurting. His car has got to be like... He's going to the pits. You know he's got a flat tire or something. Which I'm fine with. Everyone... Norris, give Norris a nice little time to recharge here. Which is going to be good. If we can get a full recharge, we're Gucci. Alright, let's go Speedo here. Magnussen is getting further and further behind Norris, even in recharge. Let's go neutral. I'm tempted to do a deploy, you know, and try and get fast this lap.
And a recharge
Just to
off
catch
is
up
okay,
to
please. Recharge
Bottas.
off is okay.
Because we're so far ahead, you know.
Yeah, confirm.
You know what? Do we go for a flying lap here in a bit? I think we just go for a flying lap, you know. Just to see. I mean, we have enough room behind us. 8 seconds behind. We have enough time to do another recharge. So let's wait till we get to like this corner and we'll go for a lightning lap. Because why the hell not? Magnussen is so far behind. We're going to go for a deploy right here. Alright. Let's see what Norris can do. We haven't put it on full gas because we're a little heavy-footed on Norris' side here. All I'm trying to do is catch up to Bottas and see if we can get fastest lap. There's no one in front of us, so why not? Look at him go. And we have the potential to catch up to Bottas and get away from Magnussen. Ricciardo's coming up on these guys too. But look at this, we're gaining on him. We're definitely gaining. And now we're in the 4 seconds behind, and he's almost 10 seconds, but he is 10 seconds behind us. We'll do one last stretch up here, cross the line, and turn this back down to charge. Fastest lap, baby. Alright, back into harvest.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Was it worth it? I think so. Now we're just going to charge up, but we got fastest lap. And we caught up to Bottas a little bit more. We put a bit of distance between us and Magnussen, but we're going to drop back again, obviously, because we're recharging. But, hey, I'll take it. You know what, Ricciardo? I'm sorry, I forgot about your speed. Let's see if you can take or catch up to Alonso.
Pace now, maximum pace.
Let's try and get... I mean, listen, guys. We've gone from last 19th and 20th to almost both being in points here. Like, this is a miracle. This is a miracle. Alright, so since Norris is pretty decently ahead, we'll focus our attention here on getting Ricciardo ahead of Alonso and Magnussen. But we need to get into DRS striking zone, which we're just off on. So I think as soon as we get around this corner, we'll probably be in DRS.
Was that a lockup on the track?
But I don't think we're enough to overtake. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to go into DRS. See how quick we can... You know what? Let's go and strike in. Strike in, strike in. Now we're on the outside. But we got this corner. Okay, neutral. Alright, we struck one of them. Alonso, get out of here. Alright, time for Magnussen and his little Haas. He's 2 seconds ahead.
Mclaren with a great overtake.
We'll chill here for a second. Magnussen is 11 seconds behind Norris, which means we're going to catch him, I feel like, pretty confidently. Alright, we're fully charged. Let's go back into neutral. This is probably one of the smoothest races that I've had so far. We qualified well. We didn't do well.
Cool.
Well, we started last. What did you just say? Can't remember. Oh, I didn't hear you. We started last, but it looks like we both have a really good chance of being in the points here. And if we can beat our Alpine, which we are doing, we're golden. We're golden. So Ricciardo now trying to catch up. I could have him... I'm not going to have him do a flying lap. I did Norris because how far ahead of Magnussen we are. We can almost... Nah, we're not that far ahead. I was going to say we could pit and come out in the same position, but we can't. We'd come out in like 12th place. Ricciardo's staying ahead of Alonso. Ricciardo's staying ahead of Alonso. Go away with your little tire in my face. We're just trying to catch up to Magnussen, and you're just go away. You're not getting ahead of me. Pinch him. There we go.
Good job.
That was a good job. But now we just need to catch up here. Our tires are probably... You know what? No, Alonso's tires are awful. Everyone's tires are freaking awful. We're getting closer. 67, 65, 63. We need to get into striking distance, and then we'll pass him on the grid here. I think we need to go into overtake. Wait, are we in striking distance yet? No. Let's go into overtake. Get out of this corner quicker. There we go. Alright, let's stay in overtake now until we overtake him. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to take him on this corner. Magnussen's going really slow. He hasn't been doing very well here. Alright, DRS, go. He's pretty quick though. With overtake and DRS, and he, on a straight line, Magnussen cutting me off. Magnussen, that wasn't bad. We're going to keep overtake on though until we completely pass. There we go. Alright.
Good move, good move.
8th and 9th position. McLaren, we're taking you to the top, baby. 8th and 9th with the 18th or 17th quickest car. And we started 19th and 20th. Absolutely perfect. Alright, how's Norris doing? I mean, the only person behind him is me, is Ricciardo. So, you're straight chilling. So how about we cool these tires down a little bit? Because you're not, no need to worry. You have quite a lot of people behind you. How did Sainz go to the top when he's pitting? When's my pit window, by the way? 7 laps. 2 laps. Ricciardo's going to be pitting in 2 laps. And what is our strategy? Hard tires? Oh, no, not in 2 laps. We're getting close. I think you're going to have to pit sooner. And we've got a while to go. Norris has got a while. What did Sainz go on to? Hards? These guys all have to pit as well. I'm tempted to pit Norris a lot sooner because of his lead. Ricciardo is going to make this back up pretty quickly, though. These guys are so far ahead. They're coming out of the pits ahead of me. Ricciardo... Let's do we need to harvest? We'll harvest for a little bit. Just get it up to 100. Ricciardo is in striking distance now, Bottas. But they've all pitted. So they went onto hard tires. Norris has to stay out because the soft tires won't last. They will only last if we pit when we said we were going to pit. We can't pit sooner. And as far as, I mean, Ricciardo can.
Great overtake.
Oh, nicely done. Ricciardo can pit sooner. Oh, later, Sainz. Leclerc. We can pit sooner. So if need be.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Take Norris. Were we in first place there for a second? I think we were. I'm not even going to try and strike you though, buddy. I mean, we're catching Sainz right now. Sainz, we're going to come for an overtake. I'm just going to let you know, just for shits and giggles, my man. As soon as we get around this corner, I'm coming for an overtake on that ass. I'm coming for you. Let's give it a shot, Norris. Why not? Just for fun.
Relatively low grip, nothing too special to say.
We caught him.
Copy.
We're in first. We haven't pitted, but the fact that we're keeping up, because we've still got how many
That
laps?
sounds like someone's gone wide there.
I got 3 laps. You're gonna have to pit. Let's pit you. Let's pit you now. We're pitting you, and we're going on hards. Yeah, I mean, we have no other option. Pit this lap. Let's push you. And look how much quicker that Ferrari is, though, man. This guy doesn't even need DRS zones. He's just like, you know, I think that was a DRS zone. Yeah, it was.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
How many laps do I have? 3. Let's just see if we can pass him without overtake. Just using DRS. That was better than when we had DRS, you know what I mean? We're getting so far ahead, though, with Norris. When we switch tires, we should be freaking good to go.
McLaren, gain a position.
We should be good to go. Ricardo is in the pits. I'm hoping he gets out in a decent position. 11th. Not bad. Not bad. I am the leader now, though, ladies and gentlemen. So, Ricardo, when I pit, I'm going to come out in 9th place. So, I'm going to come out in 9th when Norris pits. You can take me now, but as soon as we get into DRS range, oh, I can't believe Norris is fighting Sainz on corners, man. Are we going to take him again right now, though? Bloody well are. Sainz can keep up with... Oh, Norris is... If we had the tires, man, we could win this. Anyway, what are we looking like? We're going to pit in 1 lap. Well, not pitting in 1 lap, but into pit striking zone in 1 lap. Ricardo should be... How's your heat going? You're good. Let's go back onto this. How far? You can get Sonoda. Where are you? Let's go. Let's get Sonoda. Come on. I didn't need to do that, but we took him anyway. How did we have DRS? Is it because we were just behind him? That was worth it. We almost gained a second on him. Ricardo's pitted and he's in 9th. I just want to throw that out for the world to know. Ricardo has pitted. He is going for, you know, gold. I mean, he's 20 seconds behind Bottas, but he could still be in the points. I think Norris is going to come 9th and Ricardo possibly 10th. Because I think once Ricardo comes out, he is going to be quicker. When Norris comes out, he is going to be quicker than Ricardo. So, we'll see. How's your temperature? Freaking cool as a cucumber you are, my guy. I mean, you're dropping behind Sainz now. Where is... You're right there. Are we in striking distance still? We are. I don't think we're going to be able to pass him here, though. Let's see. Let's see what happens. DRS. Yeah, we're not quite as quick as we were. Our tyres are slowly but surely fading. And we're not using DRS, though. We've got full DRS. We're a little hot on our tyres right now. I need them to last like 2 more laps, though. We're in DRS. Let's see if we can just take Sainz again, just for shits and giggles. So I need to do 1 more lap, and then we'll be in around where we're going to stop pitting. It's tire temperatures are getting hot, hot, hot. You going to go for it here? You got him. You got him. You got him. Alright, who's this in front of us? Is this, who's this in front? Albon?
And McLaren with a great overtake.
I mean, imagine if we had a full set of tyres now. We would be winning this race. No doubt about it. Considering we started in 19th with Norris. There's a safety car.
Deployed safety car.
This is perfect for Norris because he has to pit. He's going to pit during a safety car.
Understood.
Pit, you need... Wait, what are you on? You need to go to these, not these. How many laps can you do? 26? How many laps are left? Oh yeah, you're good. Get little Norris in the pit lane. Quick, quick, quick.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
Just quick, I don't want to see anything. Okay, we're out in 8th. Alright, so we have 100%. Our tires. Okay, hold on. Conserve, conserve, harvest. We don't really need to harvest, but let's harvest. Okay, Norris, my guy. What are we doing? Just keeping those new tires warm or what? This is great. This was perfect for us. That was a perfect opportunity for Norris. That was perfect. It would have been even more perfect if it was a red flag, but because we would have came in first place. First place if that was a red flag. But it wasn't. Alright, the whole world's gonna catch up to us, which is fine, but Norris did have like a 12-second gap between him and the person behind, but now at least Ricciardo has a chance to be closer. We're not going to take Bottas. We're not going to take Leclerc. We're not going to take Verstappen, Russell, Perez, Hamilton. I'm pretty sure we're going to end 8th and 9th. I don't think this is going to... I don't think we're getting much higher than this.
Safety car is in this.
I don't
Safety
think...
car is in this.
I mean, we'll see. There's, what?
Yeah, confirm.
Like a 15 laps to go? Okay, we need you on attack. I don't want you on overtake because I'm the one in front of you. But we need you on overtake and I need you on attack. So let's see what little old Norris can do. Oh! So he took Perez. Alright, it's neutral. We don't want to, as much as I would love to just... We're not going to do that. We need to take Bottas. Leclerc, the top 5, there's just no chance. They are too much fast. There is so much faster. So much faster than this car. Like, it's not even on the same level.
You can use overtake there if you need it.
Let's see what we're gonna...
Yep.
See how much faster Bottas was out of that corner, though. We have... Oh, what has happened to that person? Wait, who was that? Who was just smoking? Was it Stroll? Oh, I was hoping it was one of the guys in front of us, not him. I was hoping it was like Leclerc or something. We don't have DRS yet, so I don't want to waste all of this, but I was hoping we could take something there. I think we'll wait till DRS. As long as we can keep in striking distance here. I mean, there's so many laps to go. I don't want to waste all of the ERS just on trying to take one position right now. You know what I mean? I mean, Perez and the Red Bull behind us is quicker. So, we'll see if we can take him. I just want the points. We need some of these guys. Bottas is the one that I think we can take. I think Perez will take us. I think Norris could, though, possibly finish in 7th. But I think it'll be Perez, Norris, Bottas. Not Bottas, Norris, Perez. But let's see. I mean, having both cars in top 10 is huge. Magnussen, again, is so much... Well, not so much. But he's really far behind Ricciardo. So I'm hoping Ricciardo can stay ahead and just get in the points. Alpine is doing awful. Alpine...
DRS is enabled.
Alpine has been the bane in my
Overtake
existence.
button available.
Okay, well, what? You can't say DRS is enabled and then DRS not be enabled, okay? There was no DRS there. That was a waste of time. But Alpine has been our biggest competitor this entire season for me, and they have been awful. They've just been... This race, they have not been good at all. They've had a rough one. Oh, come on, you're slowing me down. Alright, DRS is enabled, so we're going for you, Ricardo. You're going for him too, my guy. Alright. You're both going for it. You're both going for an overtake here. Come on! I thought they said... Okay, there's DRS. What has happened to Leclerc on his fastest lap? May I add? Let's go neutral. What the hell happened to Leclerc? Ricardo, you didn't do it.
Gain a position.
And Leclerc was not the person I thought I was going to be fighting for position for here. I'm going to be honest. It was this guy. Come on. 5th place. What happened to Leclerc, man?
And McLaren with a great overtake.
I do believe in you. Ricardo, I believe, okay? I just want you to know that I believe. You can get How is Norris in 5th? What did Leclerc do? He was on his fastest lap, man. 11 laps to go though. It's a long time. Norris is in striking distance of Russell. I got the fastest lap. I didn't even do anything. Norris, you're a legend. I love you. I mean, Norris is in striking distance of Russell right now. Can you imagine if we can get a podium? We're going to try and strike Russell right now. Have you try and strike too. Both of you can have a give it a go. Oh, that Mercedes is too quick. Ah, we're out of the corner. Neutral, please. Oh, no. Dude, look how close we are to 3rd position here, may I add. We're almost in 3rd place. Norris is a maniac. Norris is a freaking legend. Both of us are in ERS. Right, that's... I need to be careful, though, because I'm... You... Are you doing it? I'll let you do it. Do God's work. Come on, take Russell. Hamilton, sorry. What is going on in the universe that... What the fuck was that? Excuse my language, but what was that? That's when the game is like... You're doing too good. That is in... That happens so often, by the way, and it is the most frustrating thing. It's like... And then... I mean, I'm still excited that we're in 4th and we're in striking distance for Hamilton. But what was... Okay, what are you doing down here? Can you just... You haven't even passed anyone yet. Don't get too excited. The thing is, Verstappen is the one that's given Hamilton DRS. Which is giving me DRS. And trying to keep up with... Norris is faster than the Mercedes. What is happening right now? We literally... less than 10 laps to go. Ricciardo has taken Perez. Norris is catching up on Verstappen. What world are we living in? Let's go for the overtake. Oh my days, we're in 2nd place. What is happening? What on earth is happening? Guys, we started in 19th and 20th. I mean, we're not catching up to Sainz, are we? He's 4 seconds ahead of us. Verstappen's going to take me in the straights. There's no chance that we're outperforming in the DRS zone. Oh, man. I could do a hot lap here. I'm not going to. There's no point. Listen, if I come in 5th place, I'm happy. I'm not going to push it. I don't want to push it. We've literally got 7 laps to go. I don't want to push it. I'm not going to try and, you know... I don't want to spin out on the last lap. We're going to try and stay humble here. From our 19th position to 2nd. But if we get this, this is actually... I mean, it's insane that we've got fastest lap. And we weren't even using ERS. And the fact that we've naturally taken Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen. Verstappen's coming up. I could feel you slithering. It's fine. It's fine. We still have a shot to take it. I'm going to try and take him without overtake. And just see what happens here. Hamilton has the potential to probably pass us too in this straight. But I just want to see if we can catch him without any... Let's just see if DRS can take on Verstappen. What did I say at the beginning of this video? I said that our car is 17th.
McLaren gain a position.
He's going to take us again. I mean, I could go into defend, but I only have 30%. So I'm just going to let this race go for what it is. I mean, we could push with fuel if need be. But you need to be better at defending, though, Norris. I know he didn't pass you there, but I know he was coming up on the outside. You know my guy was coming up on the inside, sorry. I mean, this is the... I'm so glad I decided to make this video for you guys today. I mean, like I say, I've seen so many videos online of people showing you how to make a good team, and then it's always Red Bull and Ferrari. We're a bloody mid-tier team here, McLaren, and we're outperforming Red Bull and Mercedes. Sure, they keep taking us in the DRS zone, but we take them back. I don't mind it. If they can take us in this straight, and then we take them in the other straight, that's fine, because you want to take them in the other straight, so you can cross that line first, you know what I mean? Hamilton's almost a second behind now. He ain't catching up.
Red Bull gained a place.
The fact that I'm even having a duel with Verstappen is something that I didn't have on my bingo card for today. I'll just put it that way. This is where we need to take him every time. Every time we have to take him here. He takes us on the grid, we take him here, then we cross the line first. That's all that matters. I want him, if anything, to take us every time on the grid.
McLaren with a great
I want
overtake.
him to take us on the grid. How's our tires heat, by the way? It's not bad. Dude, we're pushing it, though. See, he didn't take us there. Maybe he's onto us. Maybe he's like, hold on, I need to take them on the other straight. It's okay, though. We got 3 laps to go. Ricardo's sitting chilling. He's sitting chilling. He's just doing his own thing. You know, if anything, you know, let's just leave him. Let's leave Ricardo. I'm happy. If Ricardo comes in 7th place, that is insane, because that's where I thought Norris was going to come. So if Ricardo comes in 7th, that's a godsend. He didn't take us here. Verstappen. I'm glad he didn't take us there, because that's my take position. Our tires, though, are getting dangerously low, and we've still got 3 laps to go. So we'll let him take us here. We've gone down a pace. He didn't take us. What is his tires looking like? I mean, I'm on mediums, which is probably helping. But in this, I mean, these 2 laps are going to shred the hell out of my tires. To the point where I may come in like 5th. Or maybe even 6th. No, 5th. I think Russell and Hamilton, I think all of those guys could take. I mean, if anything, our tire wear's getting bad, is what I'm saying. Okay, so we've switched roles now, which I don't like. I don't want him taking me there. That's where I want to take him. I want him to take me here. I would also love to come in. I mean, look, he's a lot further ahead of us now. I don't know what the hell NOS he just put on. But even DRS is not going to... Yeah, we're not going to catch him. He came out of that corner like a freaking bat out of hell. But it's fine, because this is where we want to take him. Right? We want to take him on the other stretch, not that stretch. We've got 1 lap to go. You bet... Look at our tires. You bet we're going to give it everything we can on the last lap.
Struggling a little bit with Ria.
I know. Just please. You've got 1 lap to go.
Can we change tires?
No, we cannot change tires. You have 1 lap, okay? This is going to be insane. Hamilton's catching us. This could be one of those tire management things that I kind of messed up on. But last lap. We're going to have to give it our all. We're in the last lap. I'm happy Verstappen's ahead of us.
There's been a lock-up.
I'm happy Verstappen's ahead of us. Because this is where we take him. We have overtake turned on. DRS, please. DRS. Okay, he's too fast, man. We're going to come in third. I would have loved to get second. But we can't take him now. I should have had... It's the tires. Listen, we're on a podium. As long as Russell doesn't catch me here. Norris. You absolute legend. Listen, a second place would have been great. But the fact that you were battling Verstappen there. And Ricciardo got 7th.
Well done, dude.
I am going to take that. Well done, dude. Thank you very much. That is the most insane race I've had all season. I'm so glad I was recording it.
That was a good day. Well done, everyone.
We were 19th and 20th and almost came second.
And look after the fuel on the in-lap.
Oh, yeah. Just finish off here, boys. That was insane. We actually got a podium.
Lando Norris can be proud. What a fantastic
We almost came in
performance.
second. Almost. I think if I would have pushed the tires to push a little bit sooner, we would have come second. But at the same time, our tires were done. Our tires were
Never
done.
had a team been more deserving
There
of
he
the
is.
Everyone must be ecstatic.
What a legend. You got a podium. I mean, what? Like, to be with these two guys, I would have loved second, but
And after such a
I
fabulous
can't
drive
complain.
here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
that was an incredible... I mean, we were 19th and 20th. And it was the best race we've had.
A lovely occasion as we see all 3 drivers clearly relishing their moments on the podium.
That was great.
McLaren have shown some serious chops here. A good result for the team from Surrey.
They deserve it. Usually I skip through all of these because we never do that good.
Which is exactly what they needed.
And after this result, the team is 4th in the constructor standing.
Yeah,
We're
baby.
nearing the end of the season, and it's time for some serious heat. Stay with us as Formula One moves to next
Dude,
season.
I have been grinding. My team has been grinding so much. Like, you have no idea. Yesterday, the last race we did was finally got us into where we needed to be, which was 5th in the constructors. And now we've done this. I mean, look at this. 13th, 16th. 16 places gained. And we got fastest lap. Norris is a legend. I told you guys. I mean, Danny Ricciardo, I can't, say anything bad about him. He did incredible this race too. But fastest lap and almost 3rd. Like, that was insane. It's only 2-point difference, so I'm not that worried. But wow. Good freaking job. Lando, Ricciardo, That was great. Constructors, we went up a position, man. I was literally in 6th 2 races ago. And now we've jumped up. I told you, Alpine is the team that we've been battling with the entire season. And this last race, they just did not. We had a great race, but they did not at all. We're definitely never... I mean, 4th I'm happy with. I mean, looking at it, I'm pretty sure it's impossible to get even 3rd. But the fact that we're in that company, man, that's insane. I was gonna say, you better get a development point after that, both of you guys. Sorry, I'm so sorry to you. We have done nothing with you. Insane. What a race. We obviously had to pay quite a bit for the out. They deserved it. They deserved their bonuses, okay? It brings up morale. Imagine if you got $1 million bonus. And let me just see. Look at this. We're 4th. We're bloody 4th, baby. Post-race overview. After qualifying, hold on. I never read these because they never say anything good about me. Okay, everyone is talking about McLaren as they exceeded everyone's expectations, currently placing P4 in the Constructors' Championship with 104 points. I'll take it. Lance Stroll, yeah, I don't know what happened to him. His engine blew up or something. The board watched the race this weekend, and we wanted to congratulate you on exceeding our expectations brilliantly. It was a fantastic race, and a strong credit to you as team principal. Our confidence in you as leader has grown quite a bit. Yeah, that was insane. It was an insane one, I'll be honest. What's he saying? Low corner speed of car 1 could be better, yeah. And defending from Norris could be improved. Yeah, no shit, Norris. Let's go to Norris's profile, because I do have a point. Defending? Yeah, you do need better defending skills. I'll be honest, we'll give you that. What about Danny? You're defending. Danny, you have good stats. I just don't know what's the matter with you. We need you to be faster and better. What is Norris good at that you're not? 95 control, 91 braking. Yeah, let's increase your control. Okay. So, I said earlier that I changed some staff. This is the guy I was talking about, the technical chief. We paid a lot for him, as you can see. Maybe not. But he's good. Like, if I go on Scout and go on overall rating, he's literally 3rd. And we have him. Well, behind, you know, Red Bull and Ferrari. But we've got him. And he's really good. So, I'm hoping that's making a difference. I don't know if it is. But I haven't really scouted anyone else. But, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope... Hold on, let me just check. What was I building? We've got 1 new wing. See, look at our rank on grid. How are we coming in almost 2nd place? How are we coming in 3rd place? Our high speed is there, though. Like, with this new upgrade, it's going to make us 5th. That's huge. We have 1, which we will be fitting. Well, I'm not going to do any of them yet. I'll wait until we get 2, so we can put on both cars. Rear wing is still in development, I think. Yeah. So, it's the front wing is what I'm waiting for. I think our 2nd wing comes in... Is it here? Yeah. So, even if I just... skip ahead a day. Helipad's been in here, and we also should have a helipad. I think we're on the highest helipad now. We are. We're max. Our team attractiveness is up, so I should be able to scout Russell soon, I'm hoping. So the cars though now, warehouse front wing, I can put this on both cars, which is huge difference. It's a huge difference. I mean, 5th in speed. I mean, we're getting there, boys and girls. We are getting there. Cornering. Cornering we need to work on. We're pretty awful on cornering. I'm trying to. That's what my rear wing's for. My new rear wing. Which, by the way, I feel like is taking years. 7 more days. 7 more days. Do I even start a new project? I have nothing. I have to wait until next season. So there you have it, guys. That's our drivers. That's our car. That's our staff. Our board is now very happy with us. And just out of curiosity, I wonder if George Russell, he's not interested. Negative outlook towards your team. Listen, Russell, okay? I'm willing to pay you double what you're getting paid at Mercedes. And I'm willing to bring you onto our team, which is not, it's not negative outlook towards your team. You need a positive outlook towards our team, right? We're good. We are good. Or do we just try and work on bloody Ricardo, you know what I mean? Nah, I want Russell. I do want Russell. I'm sorry, Ricardo, but it's just too much trouble. You're too much trouble than what you're worth. Your growth potential is low, which I'm not, you know, happy about. And it's, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was probably longer than I anticipated it being, but, you know, I wanted to do one race weekend after I've been playing the game for a couple days, and I think you can see a huge difference. I know I can. I mean, the fact that we qualified 19th and 20th honestly makes me think if we qualified, you know, in the top 10, I think Norris could have got first or second. You saw us battling it with Sainz before we pitted. I think we could have been first if we had a better start to the race, unfortunately. But next race is going to be a clean slate, all right? We're not going to have grid penalties anymore. And I can't wait. I can't wait. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you soon with a brand new video. Bye.